Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our winter concerts. Hope you're able to enjoy our seasonal players group that happened right before this. Amazing group of students, and they really warmed up the stage for all of the other groups. So give it up for all of our students that were in the seasonal players. Excited for the music tonight. We are doing music that's like 300 years apart. Every orchestra has one piece from the Baroque period and one piece that's more of a jazz, blues, kind of modern piece. And I hope you were able to read some of the notes that are in the program that talk about the similarities and the differences between these genres. We've been exploring as a class how there's a lot more similarities than you might think of with music that's 300 years apart. So every orchestra will start with a Baroque piece, and then they'll play more of a jazz blues piece after that. And then we do have two combined pieces on the program as well. Our 9th and 10th graders will play a Baroque piece, and our 11th and 12th graders will play a Baroque piece at the end of the concert as well. So thank you so much for being here. This is our 9th grade orchestra. We will get tuned up, and then we'll start. That's better. Okay. So thank you so much. These two genres, Baroque and jazz, more of blues feel as well, are really fun to play, but they're not always the easiest sell to string musicians. For Baroque music, a lot of times it's kind of convoluted. Where is the melody? Do I have to play this part over and over and over, these repeated sections? Is my part important? And it's kind of all fits together at some points. The piece that you just heard is a fugue, so we hear the opening melody or the opening statement, and then it gets repeated by each instrument group, and it's layered on top of each other. So that makes it feel messy to the ears, but really it's perfectly aligned. So as musicians, this is a really fun thing to kind of figure out as an ensemble. For the jazz pieces, too, for string players, we don't get as many opportunities to play this music as I think that we should. But the pieces that we're doing are by composers Randy Sabine and Matt Turner, who are both Wisconsin natives. And they're both kind of these amazing composers and musicians. Randy Sabine is a violinist, a jazz violinist who does tons of improvising. And Matt Turner is a cellist who also does a lot of improvising. And they both compose these great pieces for string orchestra to explore these genres of jazz and blues. So this next piece is more of the blues. It's really upbeat and fun. We also love the title of this piece, Chicken Foot Transplants. Can we show off the socks? We have a few students wearing these chicken foot socks that we've been talking about for weeks. We've also had ideas of like having real chickens on stage, but we decided that probably wasn't the best option. But who knows, you might see one flying over and landing in the middle of the orchestra in the middle of the piece. We'll find out. This is Chicken Foot Transplant. When I saw it was below 0 this weekend, I was like, oh no, Monday is going to be a rough day for tuning. So that movement is another fugue. You hear that opening statement that's passed around the orchestra, which is really fun, but also it complicates things as musicians. It's really difficult. Before we move on to our next piece, I just wanted to talk a little bit about one of the things that combines this repertoire, and that is the idea of soloing. So in the Baroque period and also in jazz, there's a lot of solos, there's a lot of improvisation as well within those. And we have a rhythm section for all of these pieces. So I want to talk about some of those individuals that are in our rhythm section. First and foremost, all of the basses we have are in our rhythm section. Give it up for our bass players. We love our bass players. The cellos in all of the Baroque pieces are part of the basso continuo. It's this group of instruments that holds down that bass line and the harmony that's within it. Give it up for our cellos. Also within the rhythm section, for the Baroque pieces, you've been hearing a keyboard. That's a harpsichord sound. It gives Baroque music that really authentic sound. It's similar to a piano where you press a key and it strikes a string, but unlike a piano where it strikes a string with a hammer, a harpsichord will pluck the string. So it gives it that really iconic Baroque sound. And we have James Athis joining us tonight on that part. Give it up for James. We've also had Brady Bartlett on keys for Fourth Dimension and drum set for Chickenfoot Transplant. Give it up for Brady. And we also have Miles Nimchek joining us on 3 of the pieces for our more jazz pieces. So give it up for Miles as well. And we can't leave out the violins and violas. They carry so many of the melodies that we hear. Give it up for them too. You're gonna like this next one. This is JD Meets the Rhythm section. Before our last selection, give it up for all of our orchestra students on their winter project. Immensely proud of them for their hard work. I really wish as an audience you could get a glance at like what day one sounds like with the music until this point. Because it's so much progress. And even when you're in it and you're making this music every day, sometimes it's hard to realize, just how far you've come. So really great accomplishments for all these students. I also want to shout out all of our soloists. If you played a solo tonight, or you're playing one of the concerto parts here, or you're the only person in your section, can you stand up if you're in the audience here or on stage? Give it up for those students. It takes a lot of bravery and courage to play in front of your peers and in front of an audience, so just want to make sure we recognize those students. We also have a bunch of thank yous here. I want to say thank you to our principals, Maggie Zwicky, Brad Ashmore, Dran Hunter, and Chrissy Mittling for all their support. I want to thank Nate Mendel, who's our PAC director, and all of the students that run the PAC. I believe we have 4 students here tonight that are running the whole operation, which is just amazing. Would like to thank my music colleagues, Allison Yeager, Tony Kading, Jen Yancey, and my partner in crime, Jason Jacobs. I'm not sure where he is, our small group orchestra teacher. Give it up for all those folks. Want to thank the custodial staff and Brian Riddle, and also want to thank, once again, Mr. James Athis for joining us tonight. He has like 100 of those lined up, just at any time completely. And we want to thank all of you. We want to thank our friends of the orchestra as well for all the support that you give these students here on stage. It's not very fun to play without an audience, so thank you for being here and for supporting all of us. Our last piece tonight is in 4 movements, so please hold your applause to the very end. This is one of the hallmarks of the Baroque period. It's a concerto grosso, meaning that it's for an entire orchestra, but there are solo instruments, or the concerto parts, that have a little bit different role than the orchestra. So we hope that you enjoy this. This is Corelli's Concerto Grosso.
Thank